Alright, so this is your places vocabulary sheet that we went over yesterday. And my computer's not typing. Basically, all of these are related to like giving directions and going somewhere. So I'm going to go through how to say them first so that if you are just here for pronunciation, you can get that over with. And then I'll go back and tell you what everything means. So you have la montagne, la campagne, l'aéroport, la ville, l'église, la poste, la maison, la banque, l'hôtel, la gare, l'hôpital, la bibliothèque, l'école, la piscine, la plage, le stade, le café, le pont, la rue, le cinéma, le restaurant, le musée, le théâtre, l'appartement, le bureau, le lycée, le collège, la place, le coin, à gauche, à droite, tout droit, tourner, arriver, traverser, aller. Alright, if you go back over here, la montagne is mountain, and this is one mountain. If you want to make more than one mountain, so you're saying I'm going to the mountains, you would do les and then add an s to montagne to make it plural, just like you would any other word. The next one is la campagne, which means countryside. So this is like rural area where most of us probably live versus city area. L'aéroport is basically what it looks like. It is airport. La ville is, it comes from the word village, but it means town. So this is a smaller town like Laurel compared to like New York City. They do have the word la cité, like Ile de la Cité from French 1. But Laurel would be a ville. So if you're going to town or going to the city, meaning Laurel, small city, you're going to go to la ville. Alright, number 5 is l'église, which is a church. La poste is post office. And you do say the T on this one because you have an E after it. Alright, la maison is house. Be careful that when you spell this one and even say it, there is not an N right here so that it looks more like mansion. The only N is at the very end. It's la maison. La banque is a bank. Alright, number 9 here, 11 and 12. When you're looking at them, these H's are silent. So it's not le hotel, it's l'hôtel. It does mean hotel. I'm going to do this. L'hôpital is a hospital. And this one is always a fun one for people to try to say. It is la bibliothèque. That T-H-E-Q-U-E, that whole thing is tech, like technology. And that is a library. Alright, la gare is a train station. And I'll write this down at the beginning. You have to be careful saying la gare, because if you happen to say la guerre, you're saying what I just typed, which means war. So if you're saying to your friends that you are going to the train station, but you have mispronounced it and say je vais à la guerre, you're actually saying you're going to war with someone. So you have to be careful how you say that. The other interesting thing with la bibliothèque, the word la librairie actually exists, but it is a bookstore instead of a library. Now neither of these are anything you have to know for your test. It's just a little lagniappe extra something. Alright, you have had this one before. It is l'école, which is school, but it is just in general. I am going to school today. If you come over here, le lycée, you have had before, and it is high school, versus le collège, which is a middle school. If you actually want to say I'm going to college, it is l'université. That is how you would actually say I'm going to college, like in the United States. So 14, la piscine is pool, meaning swimming pool, not the verb. La plage is a beach. Le stade is a stadium. For Le Café, you can put cafe if you want to, or, whoops, you can also put coffee shop, either one. I'll take either, it's okay. Le pont is a bridge, so if you cross the bridge to get to somewhere, you need to know how to say le pont. La rue is street or road, either one. There's not a different word. So the store Rue 21 literally means 21st Street or Road 21. Alright, le cinéma is movies, meaning movie theater. So when you go to the movies, you are going to the building where they show movies. That building is the movie theater or the cinéma. If you're talking about a particular movie, that word is something else. It's film. This one is really super hard. Le restaurant is just a restaurant. Le musée is a museum. 23 is le théâtre, and this is a theater, but this is like where you would watch a play on a stage, like Romeo and Juliet at Laurel Little Theater. It's a different type of theater than your cinema or movie theater. L'appartement is an apartment. 25, le bureau, you have seen before where it meant desk, but now it means office, like the Federal Bureau of Investigation. We already did those, so 28, La Place is a plaza or a town square. And if you don't know what that is, because we did have to look it up in class for a few people to just kind of make sure everybody knew what it was. The closest thing we have in Laurel would be over there by the at the train depot where there's the roundabout with the clock, or over by Agape, that little roundabout. But a lot of places it's more like a park-y place. So in this town square or plaza, you have a fountain and you have probably some benches here, and it's a place where people are walking across, but where cars are not coming through. Other town squares look like this, where there are wide open spaces in between. It's a literal square in between lots of buildings, but again, it's not where cars are going through all the time. And you can see this one, it's a very small picture, but that's just all people in a place. There's, again, another example. So that's a town square or a plaza. Le coin is my favorite one on the list. If you're in class, you know this, or you know why. It is a corner, but it is also what a duck says. A duck says coin, 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 or quack, quack, quack in French. And I just always think of the duck sitting on a corner for some reason. So those are all of your nouns. 1 through 29 are nouns. They are places that you are going to go to or pass or cross or something like that when you're giving directions to someone. But in order to give directions, you have to tell them if they need to go straight or left or right. And that's what 30, 31, and 32 are. 30, à gauche, means like at, on, or to the left. And that at, to, and on is kind of understood sometimes when we talk in English. So if you say turn left, you're actually saying turn to the left. In English, we leave off that stuff sometimes, kind of like we leave off the word the, but you can in French. À droite is the same thing, at, to, or on the right. It's the opposite. And then tout droit, number 32, is straight or straight ahead. So if you go straight or something is straight ahead of you, it's tout droit. The next 33 through 36, those next ones are all verbs. This one is a regular ER verb. So tourner means to turn. Arriver, you have had. It is to arrive. I think you may have had to turn before as well. I don't remember. I know you have not had this one. Traverser means to cross, if you cross the street or cross the bridge. These three, tourner, arriver, traverser, they are regular ER verbs. You drop the ER, you add your endings just like you did before. Aller, however, it means, not sure why I'm on that. It means to go, and it is more like avoir, where you have to actually memorize a chart. The chart is not your endings, it's just what aller changes to. So these are your places vocabulary. There will be another video explaining aller and going over that will be uploaded as well. If you have any questions, make sure you email me and let me know. Thank you.